Hey everyone, welcome back to another Mattel Jurassic World Dominion review. Today we take a look at the new Dino Pack, Kayla Watts and Pyroraptor. This set is part of Wave 2 of the Dino Packs. Yes, that's right, we're getting Wave 2 figures before Dominion even premieres. End up getting this set along with the Alan Grant and Dimetrodon from Big Bad Toy Store. Retails for $14.99. They're also available on Amazon. I'll leave links to both those sites down below in the description. And I'm sure it's just a matter of time before these sets actually start showing up in stores. And I can see this set being quite popular because of the Pyroraptor. It's been heavily featured in all the Dominion promotional campaign. And I feel like they probably showed too much from that scene. And I don't think this thing's really going to get a ton of screen time in the movie. So it kind of stinks that they most likely spoil the whole Pyroraptor sequence, especially when they show it swimming, which they kind of didn't show that because that would have been, nice to be surprised in the theater. So anyways, let's just go over the package really quick before we crack these figures open. Comes in the Jurassic World Dominion style human pack, Dino Pack packaging. Got Rexy in the background. We got the nighttime forest with the power lines and the helicopter chasing Rexy. You got a picture of how the DNA scan code now works. On the back of the box, you have a picture of the Pyroraptor and Kayla Watts. They're actually not even the real figures. They just look like CGI renders. And then down here is the other figure available in the wave, Alan Grant and the Dimetrodon. Like I said, I got that set. That'll probably be the next review on the channel. So that will do it for the packaging. Let's crack these figures open and take a closer look. And let's start with this 360-degree view of this set. A very well done set. The Pyroraptor is quite a nice figure. Yeah, there's some things wrong with it, mainly the arms. I don't know why they did not give it fully feathered arms. It just barely has any feathering on the arms. It looks nothing like it does in the movie. And since there's no arm, like elbow articulation on these figures, there's really no reason why Mattel couldn't just, put a couple more cents into the budget and just added more wings, more feathers to the arms. Other than that, it is a very, very ugly dinosaur design. It's Jurassic World. They're supposed to be, exaggerated and movie monster like. I'm okay with that. I like my accurate dinosaurs and I like my movie monsters, but this thing is just absolutely sinister looking. The teeth are really weird, especially in the promotional material. They extend like a mile past the dentary, which gives the animal a really, really weird look. But other than that, it's a nicely painted figure. I love all this feather detail all over the body. It's probably not as bright red as it should be. From what I've seen in the promotional material, it's really bright red. This is more of like a deep maroon color. You have a little splash of red for the head feathers. But other than that, it's a decent figure. And Kayla Watts, I think, turned out absolutely fantastic. Look, it's probably one of the nicest human figures released so far in the Dominion line. She has a lot of nice paint apps on her hair, her jacket. She even has painted gloves. Really nicely done figure. Looks like, the actress that plays her. I can't think of her name off the top of my head. But, all around a pretty good set. I see it being very popular because a lot of people probably want to get their hands on the Pyroraptor. And there's a extreme damage one coming out too. But I'll most likely skip that because I really only need one Pyroraptor in my collection until we get the inevitable Hammond collection release. And hopefully with that, they'll correct the arms and give us fully feathered arms. And now for some quick measurements. The Pyroraptor figure is about 7.5 inches long, or 19 centimeters, and about 2.5 inches tall, or 6.3 centimeters. So the only size estimate I got for the Pyroraptor is on the Jurassic Park fan wiki page, and they said it's at 8 feet long. It actually looks a little bit bigger than that in the trailer, but with that 8-foot measurement, or 2.5 meters, that would make this figure a 1/12 scale dino. And Kayla is your standard 3 3/4 inch figure, which means she's 1/18 scale. And let's first take a look at Kayla Watts. I think she's a very, very well done figure, nicely sculpted. The clothing came out really, really well. Some nice texturing on her jacket. You've got the fur on the inside of the coat, nicely painted in texture. A lot of nice texturing all over the jacket. You even have some blonde highlights in her hair. Her eyes are nicely painted. Nice pink for the lips. Eyebrows are also nicely done. Her hand does have a blue glove on it, and the belt is not painted in, but you also have a nice textured green shirt underneath it. Nice baggy green pants, and the boots are nicely sculpted and painted in brown. And for articulation, you can turn her head to the side. It is on a ball joint, but you get very little wiggly waggly. Arm can move up, rotate 360 degrees. You get just about 90 degrees of bend at the elbow, and you can also rotate that elbow joint. You do get some waist articulation. She can do the full splits. You get about 90 degrees of bend at the knee, and it's also on a hinge joint, so you can swing that from side to side. And you do get one accessory with her. Sorry about that, Kayla. You do get her little taser. Nicely done, nicely sculpted little weapon. The handle, actually it's cast in brown plastic and painted in black. I think that came out nice, pretty well. Nice little accessory. You can fit easily in her hand, so she can tase that hideous looking Pyroraptor back to the Cretaceous. And now onto the star of this pack, the Pyroraptor. Look at that face. Only a mother can love that. Definitely one of the more hideous looking dinosaurs in the franchise. The eye is painted yellow with a very thin black slit pupil. Both eyes on mine are nicely painted. It's one of the things I always get nervous about when I order online. I never know if I'm going to end up with a misprinted eye figure. Quite a few in my collection. The teeth are painted in off-white color. They are nicely painted, and inside the mouth, the gums are painted a nice glossy red. Even the roof of the mouth is cast in that maroon red for like the main body, but it does work nicely for the top of the jaw. The orbit on this animal is absolutely gigantic. Very weird looking. You got the fenestra right here. You can see the nostril. Here it is from the top. Nicely textured head with some fine scale detail that transitions into black feathers. And then when we get down to the neck, you get some nice feather sculpting. You have this bright red plumage of feathers for the back of the head. And then going down to the body, you know, it's supposed to be more of a bright red color. It's just more of like a maroon brown coloration. Just wish it was a little bit brighter. Going down to the arms, you do have black paint for the arm feathers. I wish they were fully feathered and extended. It would look much better. It just looks like this figure just is half done. The hand claws are not painted. It's pretty typical for most Mattel dinosaur figures. The underside is painted in black, so the body is cast in this maroon brown color, and then it's painted black. The tail is actually cast in black, but then painted that maroon color. We actually have paint in the tail, and that is always a bonus. I wouldn't put it past Mattel for this to be either straight black or straight maroon with no paint apps on it. That would not surprise me, but it's nice that they actually painted it. The back half of the legs do have some feather, and you do have some scales. Mixed in on the thighs, it should be pretty much fully feathered. If I'm going off that promotional the trailer footage. Toe claws are nicely sculpted. They're all cast in black paint, and then looking at it from the top, you can see more of that nice scale detail, some nice plumage on the tail. Underside is not feathered at all, and then right here is the scan code for the fax app for those who don't want to scan it in. And going on to articulation, mouth can close completely flush. It can open up about that wide. You do have it up and down hinge joint that allows for 360 degrees of movement. The front arms can move forwards and backwards, I suppose as far back they can go before the elbow starts to hit the underside of the stomach. Hind legs can move forwards and backwards. There's a little locking joint in there to keep them in their neutral position, and then down to the totally pointless 360 degree rotation. I'm gonna keep saying it. We need hinge joints on the tails. So that will do it for articulation. Let's move on to comparisons. First up for comparisons, let's do a couple of raptors. Here's the extreme damage Velociraptor, and next up, here it is with the Hammond Collection Velociraptor. And lastly, for raptors, here is the Atrociraptor. And for those of you wondering what an accurate Pyroraptor looks like, here it is with the Beast of the Mesozoic fan choice Pyroraptor. These are 1/6 scale, highly articulated figures. And next up is the Hammond Collection Baryonyx and the Raw Striker, Raw Strike. They change the names on these Ravor so many times I can't keep track. Here is the Rajasaurus. And next up is everyone's favorite tickle chicken, the Therizinosaurus. And lastly, here is big Sexy Rexy. So final thoughts on this set. I like it a lot. The Dino packs have been really great in Dominion. I've liked all the ones I've picked up so far. I think we'll see less human figures clogging the shelves this time around, since the humans are now packaged with the dinosaurs. Kayla Watts turned out great. She's a really nice human figure. The Pyroraptor, like I said, it feels like it's half finished. I just really wish they gave it, fully feathered arms, and just like a couple things could have been done different with it. But hopefully we'll get a Hammond collection release of this figure sometime in the near future. And we have the extreme damage one coming out soon, but I think just this single Pyroraptor is all I need for my Dominion collection. And like I said at the beginning of the review, I ended up getting this set from Big Bad Toy Store. It's also available on Amazon. They retail for $14.99. Links to both those sites are down below in the description. So that will do it for the review. I'll be doing the Dr. Alan Grant and Dimetrodon Dino Pack review next. I have the Sinraptor and Acrocanthosaurus coming in from P&S. So finally, my Namu regular Parasaurolophus has finally made it out of customs limbo and is actually in the States. I should have that sometime next week, so be on the lookout for all those reviews. And as always, if you're enjoying the content on this channel, show your support by hitting that subscription button just below the video. Each subscription helps out the channel tremendously and is greatly appreciated. And I'll see you guys for the next one.